Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing another mod onto the Silverado. Feel free to join us. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to install a brand new intake onto the truck and hopefully get some more power. Hopefully it sounds a little better. Usually putting an intake does make it sound better, and that's about it. I think it breathes a little better when you do it. Hopefully it'll just run better overall. Stay tuned and hope you enjoy the video. This is what the truck sounds like before putting the intake on. So this is the stock intake on the truck. As you guys can see, there's a lot of baffling in here, and then it goes to the air box. Just a lot of restriction from the factory, and the intake I selected should fix all of this. So the system I went with is a K&N cold air intake. Go ahead and open up the packaging, and first thing you see is the instructions, which we will use. Or if you want to be like real men, you cannot use the instructions, but I would suggest using it just because that'll make life a hell of a lot easier. Go in here, we got a boot here to connect the tubing. We have a rubber gasket to create the seal on the box to the hood. A couple hoses to connect the PCVs. We got some hose clamps, pretty standard. Miscellaneous black plastic hose. Figure out what that use, or what the use for that is later. A couple adapters for the tubing. We have the filter itself. We have the main piece of K&N tubing that goes from the intake to the filter. And then lastly, we have the partially assembled box that the filter and everything will be in. So that's everything that's contained in this K&N kit, and we're going to start getting everything together and installing it. After taking the air box out, you will take the mounting plate off, and I believe that's held on by 3 10 mils. And then after that, you'll start installing the new stuff. Out with the old. So next we're going to install the provided trim guard, which should be pretty easy. It only goes on, well, it goes on both ways, so it's hard to mess that up. So you just got to get the groove started. And push it in all the way around, and hopefully it won't do what it's doing to me right now. And there we go. We have the trim guard installed everywhere, and just need to trim this much off and we should be good. If you look here, these are the differences between the stock intake and the K&N intake box. So as you can see, this box has a lot more room for air to flow inward into the engine. Here, this is where the actual intake is for the stock intake. And as you can see, that's not a big area. It's causing restriction before the air can even enter the intake system. Taking this out should allow for a little bit more power and a better sounding intake and engine overall. So to go along with what I just said, this is the stock intake pipe, I guess you could say, and all of this plastic right here behind it is just a baffle system, and that will create a really big restriction on the incoming air into the engine. While this is what we have for the K&N system, as you can see, it's just a straight pipe inward, and that allows for no restrictions coming in and more free-flowing intake. You should be able to make more power with that. So I just got the intake pipe prepared and ready to go. I put the mass airflow sensor in, and I put the 2 bungs in for the PCV. And then if we come over here, we have the adapter on for the filter, and the box is ready to go in. So that's the next thing that's going to happen, is we're going to put the box in. This is now what the engine bay looks like. It looks a lot cleaner without all that plastic bull crap that comes from the factory. Yeah, it just looks a lot cleaner, and it should sound a lot better and flow a lot better than what comes from the factory, so I'm pretty ecstatic about it. I'm getting ready to go start the truck up, and we'll see if there's any difference. Alright, about to do the first start since installing the intake. Truck's running with the new intake. No codes came up or anything, so sounds pretty good. I'm happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you've learned something. Don't forget to give me a like, a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.